Okay, we're just minutes from delivery of this engine. I can hear the postal truck coming around the corner here very soon. Actually, I can hear it in the neighborhood. They make a very distinctive sound. So just a couple seconds here and we'll be seeing it come around and we can get to unboxing this thing. She's waiting for me to toss her a peanut. But right now my hands are kind of full. There's some up here. Just come and grab them yourself, sweetheart. It's okay. Familiar sound. And here she comes. I don't know why I'm so excited about this. I am kind of excited. And let's go out here and get this thing. There it is, in my hand right there. Boom! There it is. Okay, finally the moment we've all been waiting for. And you'll probably hear the washing machine in the background. Hopefully you can still hear me. But my wife is doing laundry out in the garage today. Well, she always does laundry in the garage because that's where they are, the washer and dryer. I'm doing a video in the garage today because it's about the only place I have to do it. And it is a rather warm day. So here is the much anticipated box. First engine I've bought in a while. Now hopefully the first video didn't get you all psyched up for something super expensive and super cool, because that really isn't what this is. This was super inexpensive. I think it's super cool, but I did talk to the fellow that I bought this from. I haven't gotten his permission to say his last name, but his name is Richard. First name is Richard. And I told him about my channel and what I was planning on doing with this engine. Now, I'm going to read to you the description of the engine that I purchased so that we can compare that with. Okay, so the description as came with this engine in the ad was, this has been stored for many, many years. It turns over, but not much compression. Stuck valve, I guess that kind of gives away the type of engine it is. Stuck valve or rings. Fins on one side have been damaged. Throttle does not move. Please see description. Great for parts or repair. Now I texted or messaged this fellow and asked him to tell me everything he could tell me about this engine, and he basically said that he bought it, don't know how many years ago. The estate was found in the basement of a house. That and another plane and another engine and a kit. He said it looked like there was 2 decades at least worth of dust all over this stuff. He never did anything with it. This particular engine was mounted on a float plane. So let's check out what it is that we've got here. See, he didn't take the exhaust off, which I would have preferred to have the exhaust taken off so it didn't get damaged. Here it is. This is Saito FA65 Gold Knight, just as it came out of the box. And yes, it would have been really nice had this exhaust at least been taken off. Now, it said the throttle was stuck, but It looks like it's moving fine to me. Maybe you meant the choke. Choke moves too. High-speed needle moves. Does rotate through, but has, like he said, next to no compression. And one of the reasons I decided to even buy this was these Saito 65 Gold Knight engines, in my recollection at least, are pretty rare. I don't recall ever having seen many of these in real life. I did feature one on my channel. It was a customer engine, and if you recall that video, I put it in the ultrasonic and it took a lot of the paint off. I've had another Gold Knight of a different vintage than that one and tried to get the paint off, and I couldn't get it off. So paint finish on these engines changed from the very beginning to later series. This one is not going to go into an ultrasonic cleaner. It does have, as mentioned and shown in the big pictures, a little bit of damage to these fins and some paint worn off. That kind of stuff I can touch up. Nobody's going to know because I do have some black paint and I could just use a toothpick or a cotton swab or something. But the thing that's interesting is he said the choke was, or the throttle was stuck, but it's not. It's smooth as butter. Now this engine does, it is a, let's see here, at least in the picture, yeah, it's got the diamond. You're not going to be able to see this on here, I don't think. It's got the diamond HH Horizon Hobby, so that means that this is a post 1991 engine. This is when Horizon was the exclusive, began to be the exclusive distributor of the Saito engine line. Rocker covers have some bubbling. Some of the coating here is bubbling up. But overall, it doesn't look like it's in too bad a condition. Screw heads don't look like they're all that boogered up, but it's tough to tell because it's black and I don't have my headlamp on and magnifier. But one of the reasons I bought this was because A, it was complete. This is a period correct exhaust, and it came with prop nut and washer. Prop nut and washer for these engines is about 20 bucks, so it's like, you know, you're getting to the point where I'm not really interested in putting any money into this thing. Now I did go and buy bearings from my friend Brant, who's been supplying my bearings for many years, because I know for a fact it's going to need bearings no matter what. An engine that has been sitting for many years, you're better off just replacing the bearings. So this is just a quick look video. I'm not really in the mood to tear this thing down right now, because what I think I want to do is I want to make a little foam stand cutout and put it on, and I want to take some pictures with my new camera. Take some pictures just as it came out of the box and document it like that. I don't think it's going to look much different after I clean it up, because in all honesty, it's not that dirty. I mean, it's not dusty. Richard must have wiped it off to some degree. It doesn't feel like there's any oil, like he oiled it or anything. It doesn't smell like oil, but it doesn't really look that dirty. In fact, it looks better here than it did in the pictures, but that's not really saying much. A lot of people really just don't know how to take pictures anyway. So what I'm going to do is end this video and cut out a little thing to block this thing up, and I'm going to take some pictures of it to document it thoroughly. And then what I think I want to do is I want to use some of that Baristol, or whatever, that a friend of mine, John Kalinsky, had sent to me. I want to spray it all down with that and just kind of let that soak on basically the fasteners before I even go and touch any of the fasteners. This is not something I would normally do. This is just something I'm going to do this time. I'm going to spray it down with that, let it sit, and then what I'm going to do, and I'll probably do all this on video. I might do it tomorrow, but I don't really know. I've done a lot of video stuff today, and I don't really know that I feel like doing anymore. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it up with a heat gun first. Again, not something I normally do. Since this tube is here, I will probably put some oil in here, some Marvel Mystery oil, or actually it'll be 3-in-1 oil, rotate it around, heat it up, and then we'll start the disassembly and inspection of this engine. Bearings, in fact, I think the bearings came today, so I've got bearings for this engine. I just need to see if I've got a prop and of course assess the actual compression issue, which I don't anticipate being a problem. But you never know. Let's see what the rubber feels like. The rubber feels good, nice and pliable. I did not buy a gasket set. I do not have a gasket set. I have no parts for Saito engines, or any engine for that matter. So I do not have a gasket set, so hopefully this timing cover gasket is intact and comes off fine, and same with this. Otherwise, I'll be running it without gaskets, I guess. And it's really not a good idea here for the timing cover, because I think the gasket material, even though it's very thin, I think that helps set the valve, or the teeth lash of the timing gear to the crankshaft. I really don't want to invest $20 in a set of gaskets for this, because that's what I saw. I think I saw them on Horizon Hobby for a 65, a Saito 65. It looked like a full gasket set was $20, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to do that. I wish I had a gasket set on hand, but I don't. So anyway, enough of me babbling about this engine. That's the engine, and there may be a few more videos, at least one more video, a disassembly video and an inspection video, and possibly a run video, but no timeline on those things. Can't guarantee when that'll happen, but anyway, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the surprise.